Hello everyone and welcome back to Akron Buzz. Today I'm with Emily Mueller from Mueller Honey Bee, and so you do a lot with honeybee rescue. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about what Mueller Honey Bee is and how you're all involved with this honeybee rescue.
Okay, so in 2013 I wanted to be a beekeeper, and I was kind of broke, so I needed to find ways to come up with bees. So I started actually a mission to rescue honeybees, and so I started offering a free swarm removal service where if somebody has a ball of bees, then we would just come out and remove them for free. The business grew very, very quickly, and then we found ourselves cutting people's walls open and actually doing like home structure removals, tree removals, that kind of thing. Those we do pay charge for, but the swarm removal is always free. And then I really got into the educating, especially children part, and really wanting to bring awareness about how important honeybees are. So I started doing a little bit of crazy marketing schemes and things like that. So.
Of course. And so you mentioned springtime is obviously coming up, which is going to be a huge time for bees. And so a lot of people might be seeing these swarms in their houses and they might kind of panic a little bit. And what do you specifically recommend, or how do they properly deal with these honeybees to help save the honeybees and also make sure their homes are safe?
Okay, so a lot of times you'll find what happens is a regular colony will divide. It's a natural reproduction of honeybees. So that swarm will land somewhere, and what they're doing is they're kind of bouncing their way to a new location, to a home that they're going to eventually move to. When you see them in that ball form, a beekeeper can easily walk up, clip the branch, and put it in a box and carry it off for free. Okay. So instead of calling like an exterminator who would come out and probably kill them or charge you to tell you that they're honeybees and to call a beekeeper, right. You can just call a beekeeper directly and have them come out for free.
Perfect. Yeah, so it helps, saves the bees, saves the people living in the house, and it helps gives the beekeepers bees so that they can keep going.
Produce honey and all the cool things.
Win-win.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so I've worked with you in the past. I mean, we see some of these awesome pictures up here in the front, and so I was kind of filming in the background while you're doing some of these photo shoots, and you've obviously been covered in these bees. I had a lot around me, not to nearly this extent that you did. But as people can see from these pictures, honeybees, when they're swarming, aren't necessarily dangerous, right?
Yeah, they're very, very gentle and docile. Now, it's a little bit different if you're down in Texas and Florida, where you have, the Africanized genetic possibility. But up here, they don't survive our winters. So a lot of times, you just kind of go up and read the bees, is what I kind of do, because like a dog trainer would read a dog's personality. If they're very gentle, you can usually just use your hands, no suit or anything, and put them in a box and walk away. So. Yep, they are. Their bellies are full with honey because they engorge to be able to travel. So a lot of times they have no interest in stinging you. They just want to move on to their new home.
And so why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about some of these photos, and especially the one on the jar you have here, which kind of went viral whenever you first took it.
Yeah, so this was my idea of a maternity shoot. It's just an average, typical day. Yeah. Hey, why don't I put bees on my stomach to really drive home the idea that honeybees are gentle and nice. And so I continued with that, just showing people that honeybees are actually very wonderful creatures, and they do amazing things. So this was the first photo. It did go viral in 2017. And so I continued with that. I actually did a Cleopatra one where I wore the bees on my head, where you got to do the whole video filming and all that fun stuff. And then I drug my husband into it now at this point, because he's usually behind the scenes, but this time he got to be involved, and everyone said, did you get stung? I didn't, but he did 3 times. So
well, the bees love you, obviously.
Yeah, right.
So obviously you've shown how these bees are safe, and a big part of what you do is, one, rescuing the bees, but then also teaching people and now kids the proper ways to treat and be around honeybees. You want to talk about that just a little bit?
So I actually, because I have 5 kids myself, so I'm super busy.
Right.
So I've started moving to YouTube and teaching children especially, and other people, how to use, what are the amazing aspects about bees and propolis and all the different things you can do. And I do teach a lot of classes locally and things like that, and those are on there as well. But yeah, my goal is to continue educating people about honeybees, and especially children, because if you start when they're little and you teach them not to be afraid, then they grow up and they know how important they are. So you had mentioned that my kids are not afraid of bees.
Yeah, your kids are amazing around bees. They treat them like a pet would or something.
Yeah, exactly. So and it's kind of like my motive to have all children know and understand that how important they are. You don't have to be completely okay with them, and you don't have to be around them, but just understand them and what they do, and that they're not coming after you to hurt you.
You want to be safe for yourself and safe for the bees as well.
Exactly.
All right, well, do you want to go ahead and mention your website or maybe some social media? You also mentioned your YouTube where people can find you and learn more about what the honeybee rescue is.
Okay, so it's just Mueller Honey Bee all the way across the board. Mueller, M-U-E-L-L-E-R. It's on all of our jars. If you type in Honeybee Rescue in Akron, we should pop up. But everything is under Mueller Honey Bee. So Facebook, Mueller Honey Bee, website, Mueller Honey Bee, and the YouTube is Mueller Honey Bee. Awesome.
Well, thank you so much, Emily, for coming in and kind of sharing about all that you do, the honeybee rescue, teaching kids and families about the proper ways, and obviously showing off some of these amazing pictures. We were really glad to have you in.
Thank you very much, Clayton. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. And thank you guys for watching Akron Buzz. Be sure to check out our Facebook, our website, and our YouTube if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.